What's going on YouTube? Steven here again, and today we are going to drill a glass aquarium to install a bulkhead. And we're going to go through on the steps of how to do that. To drill our glass aquarium, you're going to need diamond coated hole saws. I picked up this set. It is a drill axe. Diamond coated tools is what it says on the case. It was $30 on Amazon Prime. You can get your specific drill size that you need for about $10 a piece, also off Amazon. I just thought it was better to spend the $30, and I got a 5-piece kit. 3 of them are standard sizes for different aquarium fittings: 3/4, half, and 1-inch plumbing. There's 2 other smaller sizes that I probably won't ever use, but I figure if I'm spending 30 bucks, I might as well get 2 extras. And then if you don't know what they look like, it's like a regular hole saw, but instead of having teeth, it is diamond coated. So let's get into prepping the tank and then drilling it. Alright guys, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need to know what size bulkhead you have. This is a 3/4 inch standard bulkhead for an aquarium I picked up online. To drill the hole, it's not necessarily a 3/4 inch hole, it's actually 1.5. And if you see, this is the 3/4 inch bulkhead. This is a 1.5 inch hole saw for drilling glass, and it's a snug fit. This is a 10-gallon aquarium that I'm going to set up in my fish room, and I'm doing an automatic water change system. So I want 1 bulkhead per tank for the overflow. I know that I want it on this end of the tank. This is the top, it's open. I don't want it all the way at the top because I want to be able to come in and run a 90-degree pipe up with a strainer on it. You will need a drill, and you got to lubricate the bit. And then what I use for that is just a sponge. You can put some water on the glass, and you're not dumping, a cup of water on it. I've seen people use wood templates. That's great to hold your bit steady while you're drilling, and then you can put water in it. I've also seen people use the rubber seal and use that to hold the water in. It's not really going to get that hot. My experience, it's not going to get that hot that you need to have the rubber seal with a block of wood to hold the water in. I use a sponge, and then you can drop some water down, wipe it off. So I know I want my hole right about here. My drill is set to speed 1, which is a slower setting, because you want to go slow on this. And you're going to let the drill do all the work. I am starting off at an angle. It's not necessarily a 45-degree angle, but it's enough to get it started, and then once it starts biting into the glass, I'm going to start bringing the drill upright. I'll add a little water. I'm not pushing down on this at all. It's literally just the weight of the drill. And now with that sponge, you pull that water away and look. And I say we're over halfway cut through it already. And I just kind of rub the water through it. Start it slow and then speed it up. Recheck. getting water dripping through onto the bottom glass, so I know I'm almost there. I'm going to go ahead and set the sponge right below the drip so that way the glass falls, it doesn't scratch or potentially chip the other pane. And that's it. Now the bulkhead should fit through the hole, like so. And then we're going to, obviously clean this up. The rubber seal goes on the inside of the glass. Put the nut on the outside, and we're plumbed. Just takes a few minutes per tank to do. I have about 6 more of these to do, so I'm going to go ahead and do those and move on with the next step of the project. Alright guys, while I'm going to put this bulkhead in, I do want to mention that the sponge I use is a sponge I have set aside to do all my glass drilling. You don't want to use that sponge again for anything else because it is going to pick up little glass shards. That's why I like using a sponge, because it really picks up all that grit coming from cutting the glass, and that way you don't have to worry about getting little glass shards in your fingers. The sponge works great for that. It's a dual purpose. You're cooling the cut with the water that's in it. You're wiping away the debris, but you're picking all that little glass pieces up. So don't go using that on your dishes or repurpose it for something else. And be careful, because there is little glass shards you could, potentially cut yourself. Alright, we're going to go ahead and install the bulkhead in the tank. I did wipe down the tank with some glass cleaner, just to make sure that there's no debris still there where the rubber's going to meet its seal. And also make sure that the rubber doesn't have anything on it, any specks of dirt, because that could impair the seal. Alright, I have this on there hand tight. I'm going to leave it like that because I do want to leave it loose in case I need to modify this for any reason when I actually get this set up in my fish room. Any reason I need to take it out, I don't have to use pliers. Before I fill up the tank, I will tighten it just a quarter of a turn with some pliers, just to make sure it's really tight so I don't have any leaks. If you do have any leaks, loosen it up, clean the O-ring, put it back on, try again. If it's still leaking, use some silicone. Silicone will seal that right up for you. But I haven't had any issues with any leaks thus far. Alright guys, that's how easy it is to add a bulkhead to your aquarium. Don't be afraid of doing it. I know when I first thought about adding a bulkhead, I was really nervous about cutting the glass on the aquarium, cracking it, breaking it. It's not that big of a deal. I used the cheapest bit I could find on Amazon. I bought the kit. It was 30 bucks for 5 different sizes. Just take your time. It does help if you use a wood block as a guide. You basically drill a hole through the wood block with a wood hole saw, 1.5 inch if you're using 3/4 inch bulkheads. And then you clamp that to your glass. You put your glass cutting hole saw through that hole, and that guides it straight. I've done it enough that I don't use that anymore. I did use it the first time, and now I just realize I can start the bit on angle, get a little groove going. You gotta be careful. If you've never done it before, it's going to want to kind of walk around on you. But if you go slow, let it get some cutting action going, and it'll eventually get it to where you can just start rotating the drill up and let the drill do the work with the weight of its battery and everything, and it'll cut it right through for you. So if you found this video helpful at all, please like and subscribe. We are about to do another quick video for this week on how to paint your tank, so check out that video once we release it. Thanks, have a good day.